I feel like this is a situation where you don't know what you don't know until you know it. And if you are being told this by women in mass, this is what we are looking for you guys to do. And this is the.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. My man with his shoes off, nigga. I get it. I don't own a pair of Jordan 1s at all. Cause them shits be tearing my feet up. So I get it, my nigga.
Steps in which you take, and you see that men
that ain't
are
the same
are
space.
deflecting and throwing around the and throwing around the word and projecting and throwing around the word. Well, y'all bitches don't have accountability. It's just like, oh my god, we're like it's like we're circling the drain and we're not getting anywhere. It's kind of like
because the only thing you're doing is telling us what to do. You're not giving us
just
the opportunity to do it with us. You're not putting us in a space where it's a demand. It's a demand. I have a job. I'm sitting here doing this man job. And then at this point, because you feel like you want me to do this, first of all, you already locked in with me. But now you're telling me that my duties and responsibilities have been increased. Not even increased, because it's not the same thing that I'm doing, just better at it. You want me to incorporate all of these new skills, softer skills that I have no programming for. And that's the space. The space is to say, hey, not only do I want you to do these things, but I'm going to create, to Ace's point, the infrastructure, the environment, the room in your heart. The same love for me that wants you to have these things has to be with me.
Okay, so
while I do that,
you sound like you're speaking from the standpoint of somebody who's in a relationship with somebody. What if I'm talking about people who are single, out there looking for something, and as a woman, all you are coming up against, all you are meeting is men who are just like the phrase 50, what do you bring to the table? Going 50-50. All y'all bitches are the same. But this is why Passport Bros is a movement. This is why black men don't want to date black women. Like, and then therapy is a joke and blah, blah, blah. When you're getting all of this messaging, when you are single, as a single woman in the dating world, you're literally like, okay, like it's like pushing a boulder up a hill wearing roller skates.
What I'm suggesting is,
hold up. I get where she's coming from. I really do. I understand it. But at the same time, no, I don't. I'm lying. I don't fucking understand it. Just fucking saying word salad. You know what I'm saying? Just words.
We just need more cross-training for men. My whole analogy just gets it there. There's more cross-training from men from a young age, to whether it's lessons in school, whether it's courses that you got to take, more cross-training so men can have the necessary skills to be efficient in relationships.
Well, what's interesting that you say that, when you say that, because there is an acknowledgement between, I've heard now that there is an acknowledgement from men that, yes, there is a certain amount of toxicity in the way that we've been raised, in the roles that we're supposed to occupy, and that our soft skills are, we've never been pressured or, encouraged to develop these soft skills. So if you guys know this collectively now, what's happening with the next generation of boys that y'all are raising as your sons, knowing this?
Can I be completely honest with you?
Yes, please.
Not how I feel, how a lot of men feel.
Okay.
That's not my problem. I'm fulfilled. I don't have trouble getting women. I get women all the time. This is me embodying that man that's thinking this way.
Okay.
The people that are having problems with it are the women. It's not necessarily that man. That man that may be a little bit more aggressive than normal, a little bit this, a little bit less empathetic. That man is not having trouble getting access to women. So then we talk about that whole, what is his motivation to change or be better rhetoric? And that's the truth. Until we get to when you say, why don't men change? Because we're still reaping the benefits and the rewards of not changing.
That's a fact. That is 100% a fact. What the fuck am I changing for? If the end goal is to obtain women, and I'm speaking from the general standpoint, if the main objective is to get women, and I'm getting women without changing, why the fuck am I changing? For what? You know what I'm saying? Like, most men have already thrown out the idea of getting married, of relationships. They already threw that shit out the window. So their main objective is just to get women. If I am getting women being exactly who I am, what the fuck am I changing for? You dig what I'm saying? That's just how the shit go.
It comes to where maybe all women, and it's as unrealistic as me saying, why don't all women come together and decide not to reward that behavior? I imagine, here, let me tell you this. I imagine if y'all had a coalition and y'all had like a team meeting and you said, we are not going after shallow, rich, alpha, beat my chest men without a sense of blah, 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 blah. And all we're going to do is go after dudes that's in the library reading books.
That'll never happen.
Dudes will be in the library reading books. I would say that the reason men aren't changing is because right now they're not suffering in the dating field as much.
That shit will never happen. Wishful thinking, that shit will never happen. A large group of women, I'm not going to say all, I'm not going to say majority, but a large group of women, they are attracted to a motherfucker with resources, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. They want the resources. They want you to be able to fucking essentially take care of them so they don't ever have to lift a finger ever in their lives. Call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I mean, it's wishful thinking to say that, but 9 times out of 10, yeah, that shit's not happening.
No, there's some.
Not as much. Not as much as women. When the last time you heard it?
Wait, hold on a second. Because it's interesting that you use the word suffer, because that word, I would not really apply that to women, because women, by and large, what I'm seeing, maybe this is the echo chamber that is my algorithm, so I can only speak from that and my own personal experiences. What I am seeing, and of course, I'm over 40. So my priorities are extraordinarily different than they were when I was in my 20s, say, and maybe even my 30s.
And that's the problem. That is one of the issues. A lot of women, a lot of men do it too. You fuck off in your 20s, in your early 30s, and then all of a sudden you have like this awakening of, oh, now I want to settle down, and now what the fuck? Respectfully, it's kind of too late by then. You feel what I'm saying? And let's be honest. Let's all keep it 100 here. With Melissa Ford's track record, as far as what she did for a living and the reason why she is famous, ain't nobody going for that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. You were a video vixen. There's already a negative stigmatism tied to being a fucking video vixen. Whether you lived that, whether you did what other video vixens did or not, it's irrelevant. Not too many people, especially the men that you're going for, ain't nobody taking that fucking risk. Ain't nobody trying to deal with that. Especially if a motherfuckers in the industry probably heard stories or have stories or stories done got around. It's quiet. It is fucking quiet. Call a spade, man. Let's not sit around here and fuck around and beat around the bush, man. She is fucking famous because she fucking looked good back in the day. She was fine as fuck. Just call it what it is, man. She is only relevant because of who she used to be. Nobody gives a fuck about that now. Y'all come a dime a dozen. Nobody gives a shit about that now. Maybe back in the day you were kind of unique because you looked a certain way, but now it's fucking shit. You could go, mind you, I live in Texas. You can go fucking downtown Houston and see 50 Melissa Fords. The fuck?
But what I'm seeing is a lot of women just choosing singledom, and which they're referring to as peace, because they're like, the dating pool is so toxic that I give
it ain't
up.
all male toxicity in the pool. And furthermore, the fact that y'all are all of these boss booked and busy baddie babes, now only thing y'all want is just a little 7.5 over the sink and maybe a text. Y'all are required, because y'all are participating in this capitalistic driven society. Now all y'all got time is for
kind of like if you don't beat them, join them kind of thing.
No, I think to all of your women that say that they're so grateful that we live in a time that makes them be productive members of capitalistic society, you got a lot of women on the train every day like, who the fuck signed us up for this work shit? I would much rather be in the home than letting a man take care of the home. And then because women were conditioned to, throughout that whole feminist movement, to almost develop some shame because all I am is a housewife. What do you mean? Now we've got popular shows about it. Like it's really the ideal life if I'm able to sit home and not have to deal with the dirt, the trash, the violence, the commutes.
Okay.
And I have this man that's like, you know what, baby, I got that. And now you're shamed because all you have to do is raise our bloodline and make sure that we got milk for dinner or breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Like, bring back.
This nigga is talking. That nigga talking. That nigga's talking. That motherfucker is preaching. You hear me? I really don't understand how we got here. I really don't. And mind you, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. This is another thing that you can blame modern women for. Modern women are the only ones, pardon me, that I see that will shame a woman for being a stay-at-home mother. They are the only ones that I will see that will shame a woman for being a stay-at-home mom. Men do not do that shit. We don't. Because ideally, if we were in a position to do that, that's what most men would do. I'm just speaking on what I believe. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you can provide a certain lifestyle, right, to where everything is secure, everything at the crib is secure, you feel what I'm saying? And you don't have to look outside of your household for childcare. You don't have to look outside of your household for other things. And everything could be held down, you know what I'm saying, by your wife while you out here making moves and making shit happen. I'm pretty sure that the vast majority would agree. You feel what I'm saying? So anybody that's shaming stay-at-home moms is women. It's for damn sure ain't men. That's for damn sure.
The need, right? Because you know why men want to go 50-50? Because eggs are $7.
Word.
Eggs are $7 and we're both underpaid. But guess what? Prime property real estate doesn't care about that. The Post brothers, the Toll brothers, they don't care about that. We say, yo, we got two people that if they got enough sense would put bread to this thing together. Not you watching me put you up and now I gotta suffer. Like, because like Ace said, I'm getting the same sex on the street with half the arguments and demands for raises. It's like every time I turn around, I'm in a salary cap negotiation with my partner because I gotta improve on these different things. When I was just getting my sex, I might have had to do a little Brooklyn Chop House, but
I like Brooklyn Chop. Side note, it's not even just, and I'm gonna go back to your question. It's not even just we're getting access to sex and that's all we want.
We're getting kids.
Hold on, no, men who, I'm removing disqualified men that aren't on their square. Men that's on their square, you don't even have to excel as a man. You're getting access to quality women that you could see yourself with.
For sure.
And then you're a lot of men are having option fatigue. And what I mean
analysis paralysis.
What I mean is, whereas you hear on the opposite end, when you're talking about qualified women, you're hearing there ain't no good men. I can't find none. I live down the street in Atlanta, and I'm telling you, when I go out to anywhere, it's 20 women to me. It literally is 20 women to me.
Yes.
And so I guess what I'm saying is, because of that supply and demand, because the fact that some of these toxic behaviors that we can talk about as elevated people that men need to grow out of, but most people aren't elevated people. So those toxic behaviors are attractive to certain women. Those men don't have the necessary motivation to change. That's why I said the infrastructure got to be, and I don't know how you do it. If I had the answer, I'd be a billionaire. I don't know how you change that, because from the beginning, I believe this conversation we're having has been had every 100 years, every couple generations of talking about why don't men do this or why don't men be better. Now we get to the point where we just have to accept that there's going to be certain guys that are not in tune that's going to have access to women. There's going to be guys that look up to those guys and see that they have access to women, and they're going to emulate that. And there's going to be women that's going to complain about those guys but still sleep with them. And as long as you got that cycle, niggas going to be niggas.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. He got a point. He has a point. He has a very valid point. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, if the goal for most men nowadays is to secure women, right? And let's just say I'm the most toxic man you've ever met in your life, but I have a plethora of women to choose from. How you feel about me is irrelevant. I don't care, because I'm maintaining what the end goal is. You dig what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I believe these conversations, and this conversation wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be some bullshit, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. You know what I'm saying? But the new age, you know what I'm saying, back and forth between men and women, this shit is heavy. This shit is heavy. And mind you, there are fuck ups on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Fuck up on the men's side, there's fuck ups on the women's side. It's just what it is. But we have to somehow find a common ground. Now, I know this is not everybody's reality. I do know this because it's not my reality. You know what I'm saying? I'm engaged. I'm good. You dig what I'm saying? So it's not my reality, but from what I can see, you feel what I'm saying, going on in society, the shit is nasty, bro. The shit is nasty. It's fucking nasty. But what the fuck can you do, right? But appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that good shit. And I'm back. I know I've been gone for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? I moved. You know what I'm saying? I bought a house in Texas. That's where I'm at now. I used to live in New Jersey, but I bought a house out in Texas and I moved out to Texas. I'm just now getting everything, you know what I'm saying, situated and set up the way I want it. But I'm gonna start rolling these bitches out. You feel what I'm saying? We back, bitch. Catch you on the next one.